Hey there, Jed Coburn is here with the Exercise Physiology Show. This is episode 38, and I'm fairly sure on that one. Actually, I'm 100% sure it's 38. I am a former fat kid. If this is the first time seeing the show, I'm an exercise physiologist. I am also a filter for all the junk out there on the internet. There's just so much junk out there that I feel like that's what I bring to the table. I have the pain and the suffering from being fat, being overweight, being just, that, which sucks. But, you gotta overcome it. And then I have my education and experience to filter out the crap. So, yeah, that's kind of just like a 2 seconds on who I am. There's way more to it than that. We all know that. But yeah, so episode number 38. Today I really want to get into the gym, right? This gym, this is it, right? YGT, it stands for You Got This. But what I mean by that is who am I going to help and what does it help? So here it is. It is exercise as medicine for the brain. ACSM actually has a movement called Exercise is Medicine. I think it is, right? The Exercise is Medicine movement and program in the works. But ACSM is American College of Sports Medicine. But yeah, so mental illness and mental health, okay? That's kind of the topic today, and then along with that, that's who I'll be helping with the gym. But mental illness, let's talk about that. It can be diagnosed and undiagnosed. Okay, we all know it's there. We just don't talk about it. It's the elephant in the room. Now, why? I don't know. It's a paradigm that we're still trying to figure out as human beings. Schizophrenia, anxiety, depression. All of that. It's in physical, like fibromyalgia, the ataxia, there's just so much out there as far as physical illness, mental illness, and then physical health and mental health. And I think they get so intertwined and blended together that they're not. When we talk about mental health, we all have a certain level of mental health. If somebody says, "Oh man, what are you gonna? You're working on your mental health. How you doing?" It's like, I'm working on my mental health every day. You just need to know the difference between mental health and mental illness, right? So there's actually a lot of studies. There are a lot of studies out there that show that exercise helps mental illness and works on your mental health. Okay, there's actually, I've made this little graphic. And it's pretty cool. It's just a little thing. It's research has shown that exercise is as effective for treating depression as an antidepressant medication, right? Because what it does is it releases dopamine and serotonin. Exercise does, okay? And that's exactly what an antidepressant does. Those are the happy hormones. So how do you get to that point? Well, you kind of have to have a mini, if you want to call it a mini anxiety attack. You have to get short of breath. You have to get your heart rate up. And I mean mini anxiety attack because people with anxiety, that's what happens without even doing anything. So they think, well, I can't exercise. It just exacerbates or it makes it way worse. But if you practice, right? If you practice your exercise, it's going to get easier, right? To deal with your anxiety attacks, to get you through your anxiety attacks, to not deal with them, because that's kind of a harsh word, but to help you understand the difference between an anxiety attack and working out. And then what's happened is you can actually decrease the amount of anxiety attacks you have because of exercise. Hopefully that makes sense. Going for a run or an intense walk or some high intensity circuit training It's like taking a small dose of antidepressant and a small dose of a stimulant like Ritalin or Adderall, because it acts the same, or it has the same impact on the brain. Okay, so the brain itself doesn't know the difference between the medication and exercise. It has the same impact on the brain. And that's where a lot of the mental illness starts, obviously, is in the brain. And doctors really don't know what a lot of the brain does, but we do know what affects the brain. And exercise affects the brain in a very positive manner. And that's, and that's what the gym is going to do. So I related to the gym today. YGT, someday will be YGT CrossFit. And CrossFit is and I believe it's not a fad, is the way to condition your body, to get your body ready for whatever and it doesn't matter your level of capabilities. Everybody can do it. Why? Because it's body weight. Okay, so I'll get off of that soapbox, get back on the topic of mental illness, mental health. It's huge, right? So research has also shown that exercise can prevent dementia. Okay, it can help prevent dementia, right? Dementia is basically a deterioration of the brain. And what deteriorates the brain? Well, many factors, but inactivity, that's a pretty big one, which leads me to exercise is one of the most influential tools you have to improve your overall brain function, right? That's a big deal. There's the steering wheel. But yeah, it is the tool to improve overall brain function, and it doesn't require anything but movement. Isn't that crazy? Anything but movement. It's all you need. It's a big deal because it doesn't require anything. Exercise improves alertness, attention, and motivation. Holy moly, right? I mean, those are obvious to me, but maybe not to some. And that's why I bring this to the table. That's why I bring this to the show. Exercise helps your brain learn new information. Think of that, right? Every time you think, every time you do, it gets more ingrained into your body. Into your brain. So if you're thinking right? If you're like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that, well, that's what's already in. You are right no matter what. You are right no matter what. That's how it works. Like, even if it's negative, you're still right, because that's your brain. Your brain's going to tell you that, right? So that makes sense. If you are positive, you're right. Doesn't matter the outcome, doesn't matter the answer. You're right no matter what. So if exercise helps you learn new stuff and you believe that and you do it, every time you do it, it's just more ingrained in your brain. Exercise decreases stress, which also decreases stress hormones. And FYI, stress hormones increase belly fat. Stress hormones such as cortisol, right? Like, you guys know this, cortisol. We've heard it for years. Basically, the cortisol gets released when you're stressed, and you store body fat because of that cortisol. The last one here is aerobic exercise decreases anxiety levels. Yes, right? Those are just some tidbits about exercise and the brain. Now let's get back to the cortisol. So in stress, if you are not eating and then you go and exercise, you're actually doing a heck of a lot more damage than you think. Because if you're not eating properly, you don't have the proper nutrients in your body, you're actually doing more damage and creating more belly fat for yourself. Because your body is getting more stressed, more taxed. And then it's just going to completely reverse, right? So you have to eat. You have to eat correctly, and you have to exercise. And these are the topics every day that we'll be going over at the gym. This gym is more than just me. The gym is more than just me. And basically, I'm doing it already. I'm here. This is what I'm going to be doing every day. for people, whether you're at the gym or not. So there it is. Mental illness, mental health, they're not the same thing. They're two different topics, two different areas of focus. Have yourself an awesome day. Believe in yourself. If you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. Have a great day. Bye for now.